welcome to Into the Kitchen with me, Chef Cynthia Louise. I would love to introduce you to my world of legumes and pulses. One thing that I know for sure with people, friends, colleagues, my students who have my online cooking classes, they always say to me, I'm intimidated by this. This is intimidating. This is my home kitchen. This is where I eat from. This is where we cook food from. Scott's behind the camera today. Hello, Scott.
Hello, everyone.
You're amazing.
Pulses intimidate me too.
Why? Let's talk about that.
I don't know what to do with them. I know you're supposed to soak.
Yeah.
I know you're supposed to cook them for a long time.
Yeah.
But what else do you do to build flavour? What goes with it?
Yeah. Okay.
How long do they store?
Good question. So I just want to have a look what's happening here. And so we can really get a good...
I don't even know what they are.
Yeah, I know, right? A good understanding of what's going on here. And I love...
Rainbow.
I know. I love that we can have this conversation. So who out there, first of all, has... who out there has things like this at home? Who has kidney beans? Who has it in their raw form? That's the first question. Or do you have it in its, in a canned form? Because it's very, very different when they're in a canned form. I'm going to keep going. What else have I got up here? I've got some mung. I have to go this way. Sorry, Lasmi. What else have I got? Come on, bring on the loom.
Got any chickpeas?
No.
Oh, we're actually talking about legumes. Oh, chickpeas are legumes.
Going to have to put a bit of a side angle there in the front. What else we got? Come on, open it up. Nope, I think that's it. That's everything. Okay, let's have a seat. All right, so have a real good scan. Have a good scan over here. These are red kidney beans. Just have a really good look at them. They're hard. They're like little stones. Bite that and you'll break your tooth. Okay? Here we got some black beans. Hard.
Is that what they're called? They're called
Black beans or turtle beans?
Turtle beans.
Either. Hard. Bite that and you'll break your tooth. Okay? Here we've got some yellow split peas or chana dal or yellow chana dal. Yeah, you could call it that. Yeah? Put that in your mouth and you'll break your tooth. Some green split peas. Put that in the mouth and you'll break. Very similar. Green and yellow, yep. But I want to really continue this journey about breaking your teeth. Ready?
Yep.
Break your teeth. I've got some black yula dal. Put that in your mouth and you'll break your tooth.
Alright, there's a theme here.
Yep. I've got some mung bean, M-U-N-G, mung bean, which turns into a sprout or a shoot. You've seen mung bean shoots in the supermarket. Have you, Scott?
All the time.
And sprouts?
Them. Yeah, I love them.
So you use the shoots in Asian cooking.
Shoots, yep.
I use the sprouts in salad.
Yep.
Little tiny little sprouts or big long. Yeah.
Yep.
Shoots are the small ones. Sprouts are the big ones. Okay, so here, put that in your mouth, break your tooth. I've got some red lentils. Put this in your mouth and you won't break your tooth. Soft. They're not as hard. They're kind of tiny. They're still hard, but they're not as hard as, say, this. What's coming into your mind?
Brown lentils.
Brown lentils. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Lasmi's found me some brown lentils. Now just so you guys are aware at home, I cry back stuff that I'm not using often, and I don't use these often, but I do use these. Okay, so I'm going to buy 1 kilo or 2 of lentils, or legumes or pulses, and I'm going to store them here because I'm going to use them daily. But the stuff I'm going to cry back, sucking all the air out. Then you get longevity out of your food. Okay, and then you've got some brown lentils. You can have that, Lass. Put that in your mouth and you break your tooth. Okay.
I had no idea that was so hard.
All right, this is a beautiful moment right now. So, intimidation plus for the average and very fabulous housewife out there, very fabulous, and intimidation plus for a lot of chefs out there as well. So you just need to just calm down and relax into it, and don't be afraid. So you can do that, that's fine. So one thing I know for sure is I have had so many different advice on soaking with chefs. And I've decided to thank the chefs and I've moved on. So if you see any of my recipes that don't require the soaking that I'm saying, I've moved on. I've listened to a 90-year-old woman, a Lebanese woman. I've listened to an 80-year-old Italian woman. I've listened to a 60-year-old Italian woman. I've listened to the most amazing aunties and uncles of friends of mine that either are Lebanese, Italian or Spanish. You know, I've listened to them, and one of the things that I got from them the most was how they soaked. The first thing they did was any of these across here and the brown one, any of these, they soak overnight with a tablespoon of baking soda or bicarb soda. So if I was to soak 1 cup of legumes, chickpeas included, I would put 3 to 4 times as much water as the cup. So 1 cup of legumes, 4 cups of water, and 1 tablespoon of bicarb soda or baking soda. Aluminium free, preferably Bob's Red Mills was baking soda. The next day I would rinse them thoroughly and then I would go to the cooking process. So that's the first thing, is the soaking. Okay. These ones over here, the red ones, I'm not going to soak. They don't need to be soaked. They're quite thin, aren't they? These ones here, I'd probably only soak for a couple of hours. Same process though, 4 cups of water to 1 cup of legumes and some baking soda, 1 tablespoon. Yeah, got it? And I'm still going to rinse really well. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Does to me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because it does to you, that means all the blokes out there will get it.
Yeah, totally.
Now the cooking process, very different cooking process right through.
Oh, right.
Right through. Just because they might be the same size, very different cooking process. These ones take between 3 to 4 hours. Yeah. These ones take between 3 to 5 hours. I know, right?
Right.
These ones take about 2 hours, 2.5. These ones take, after soaking, probably an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. And these ones take about 30 minutes to an hour. These ones, same thing. And these ones, the same thing, 30 minutes to an hour. Now, how I would cook them, so in my cooking classes, I have a recipe for nacho beans. And I'm sauteing off onions and chili and cumin and paprika and smoky paprika and some chili powder once again and some garlic and some ginger and oil, and I'm sauteing off and then adding my beans and I'm adding my fresh water. Okay, that's what I would do with these ones over here. These ones over here, the black turtle beans or the black beans, I would do the same thing. These ones over here, this is going to kind of be for my khichdi or my dal, and that means more Indian-inspired spices like cumin, coriander, turmeric, arjuan seeds, Nigeria seeds. Google that. Arjuan's very good for digestion. I would put in curry powder, curry leaves, chili, fenugreek, sauteing that off with onion and garlic, yeah, and then adding this in. Same with that. I would use the same thing to make a dal, that kind of same process. Over here is a little bit different. These ones here, the black ones, I would definitely put like a tomato-based kind of gravy in there. So I'd cook them off with onions and garlic. I'd add some cumin, some coriander, some chili, then I'd add some chopped up tomatoes and make like a gravy and cook that with some water. These ones here, which is in one of my blogs with a detox soup, I'd be using things like hing, which is a sap of a plant, which you can get anywhere. Hing is asafoetida. It comes in a grey-white form. That's what you're looking for. I'd be using turmeric and clove powder and cinnamon and ghee and ending it with lemon juice and coconut sugar. These ones over here, like I said, would be the same as these ones, and Indian-inspired. These ones over here would be more of my rice and legume component with just onion, garlic and oil and salt and pepper, and it's delicious, isn't it? your auntie, Scott, has the perfect recipe for that. I'm drooling thinking about it. So does this make sense? So they all have a different meaning and a different feeling. And, you know, I think it's really important to, you know, ask around family members or friends who, if you have Indian friends or people from Greece or friends from Italy, ask their mothers and aunties and grandmothers and how to cook this, because they are the ones that really know how to do it. So yeah, don't be afraid of them. They take time, they take love and care. They're a fantastic source of protein. They are a second-class protein, as one would say. They have a really great feeling of a grounding feeling when you eat them. Yeah, I hope that helps. So many different types in my pantry. Just makes me realise of how much, you know, in a plant-based diet, that these are very important, and to, you know, have a good relationship with them. I will see you guys next week. Happy Mung Bean Day. Happy Lentil Day. Happy. Bye.